Hey guys, my name's Joe, this is my mukbang, and you're watching Jamily TV. If this is your first time here, please consider hitting that subscribe button down that way, and if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back to watch some more. So today's mukbang is actually from Sula's Bakery. Sula's Bakery has a bunch of stuff. It's a small convenience store in Moata'a. I think it's in Moata'a. It's over that area, which is just outside of Apia, headed towards Pula Cave and all the other things that are exciting on the east side of Samoa. Here's our lineup. I think she said that this is a coconut pie. Not exactly sure if it's actually a coconut pie, but anyway, we have a coconut pie. Sorry, it's really windy. If you're hearing some extra noise, that's what it's from. We have a donut with some sort of cream inside. I don't know. Samoan's donuts are kind of funny to me. We have a twist donut with some chocolate. We have what's called a German bun. Keke siamani, I think. Keke siamani. Do you guys know what this is right here? You probably do. This is actually called pulingi. I'll tell you right off the bat, their pulingi is not as good as my mom's pulingi. Just some regular bread because I have some cocoa today. Woo! Coco Samoa. Okay, they also had these hot dogs. They're sausages. They had them pre-wrapped and stuff, but they're all right. They look okay. Just some onions, ketchup, mayonnaise, and some sort of sausage. This quiche is a mini quiche. Kind of expensive, I'll tell you that. It's like 4 tala for this quiche, but I'm pretty sure it's the best quiche that is made here on the island, except for Felicia's. Hers is better. Keko pua'a, or pork bun, the aforementioned cocoa, and Alisha made me a smoothie. All right, so I'm not really sure where to start. Let's start with the hot dog first. So it doesn't look nice. It's not. I'm not gonna go out there and tell you, yeah, this looks delicious. It doesn't look delicious, but I don't know how much this thing costs. But it is delicious. Here's the receipt. 2 tala. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, those grilled onions on there, I'm really happy with this. A little cross section for you, so you guys can see what I'm getting up into. Yeah, 2 tala. So the great thing about Sula's Bakery is that their buns and their bread are amazing. And so that really kind of sets it off for the hot dog. 2 tala is about 80 cents in the United States. That's nice. Okay, the other thing I wanted to say was I wanted to apologize because we were supposed to do a live on Saturday a few days ago, and we didn't because I jacked up my back on Friday. I tried to power through it, but I just couldn't do it. Many apologies for those of you that knew about us going live and then we didn't. So we're gonna go live this Saturday as a family. We're doing it at 3 p.m. Samoa time on Saturday. Here's the list of times we're doing it. 3 p.m. Saturday in Samoa, which is 12 p.m. in Brisbane, which is 2 p.m. in all of New Zealand, which is 9 p.m. Friday in Dallas, 10 p.m. in Miami, New York, and 7 p.m. for those of you that are in California. Man, I am happy with this 2 tala hot dog. I didn't think I would be. Like I said, it doesn't look nice, but it is delicious. So this is the smoothie that Felicia made for me. Coconut cream, maybe, banana, essie. Straws are for other people. I'm just gonna drink it. Yeah, that's delicious. Thanks, babe. The next video is going to be a video for you to help your parents and family who are here in Samoa, because Samoa is changing out to go digital instead of analog TV. Make sure to check that video out so that you can help your family here in Samoa. Otherwise, at the end of August, their TV won't work anymore, and then they'll be calling you to buy them a new TV. So don't buy them a new TV, just buy them this new box, and then their TV will be perfect. Let's talk about the news. First off, shout out to Digicel. Digicel really loves Jamily TV. For like a year now, they've covered our internet costs, which has been such a huge blessing. That's been their contribution to Jamily TV as we have been trying to tell everyone else about how awesome Samoa is. So in a way, Digicel is telling how awesome Samoa is. One of the ways they're doing it is this new plan that they have. You get 70 gigs for $79 or 100 gigs for 99 bucks, and that's for a month. So I was actually really happy about that because when we first got here, we were paying about $1,000 for our internet per month when we first got here. But internet prices continue to drop for everyone in Samoa. So being able to take advantage of offers like that through Digicel, pretty awesome. Thanks, Digicel. So some of the things that are going on in Samoa right now are kind of controversial. I was looking at the newspaper today. We only have one newspaper. I don't know how much you guys know about that, but we only have one newspaper. It's called the Samoa Observer. Some people think that they're kind of biased and stuff. I feel like they're, as far as the newspaper goes, it's pretty much right down the center. They have some stuff that leans right, and they have some stuff that leans left. But for the most part, I feel like their reporting is fair. Today's front page headlines are about Samoa Airport Authority responding to Samoa observers questioning their length of the runway. So for those of you that don't know, we had two airports on Upolu. One was in Faleolo, which is the big one, right? That's the one, the international one. Then we had another one in Whangalii, and that's the one we've had for years and years and years. And it's basically the one that flies over to Pango and back. All right, well, let's try this kekepua'a. So they're known for the kekepua'as. They're only a one ta'ala. The thing is that I like kekepua'a, which is like actual pig, right? That's what pua'a means, is pig. But lately, Samoans really like mamoi, so that's usually what's in these things is mamoi. I'm not a fan of mamoi. But, I mean, for a mamoi pork bun, pretty good. Anyway, so the government decided to close down the one that's in Whangalii and build a new one in Tiavea because the one in Faleolo had a study that said that it's not going to be able to withstand any kind of cyclone or hurricane. For those of us in America, we call them hurricanes. In the South Pacific, they call them cyclones. The one in Faleolo wasn't going to be able to sustain any kind of cyclonic activity. It was going to get flooded. Well, why'd you build it there in the first place? I don't know. Anyway, they decided, okay, what we'll do is we'll build another one in Tiavea for 17 million ta'ala, which, when you think about 17 million ta'ala, that's like 7 million US dollars. And you're not getting very much. And obviously, we're not getting very much. The runway is 700 meters long, which I don't know what that means. 2,000 feet or something like that? I guess that's not long enough because the one in Faleolo was like 2,100 meters. That allows you to land a 737. The new one that they're trying to build in Tiavea, it can't land a 737. But they're saying that that's a backup to the one in Faleolo. At least that's what I read when we first got here, because that's when we first heard that they were closing down the Whangalii airport and getting the one in Tiavea ready to go. Few conspiracy theories. I heard that Tula is from that area. Our prime minister, he's actually from Lepa, which is a village on that side, but he lives in town now. So I don't know that it affects him one way or the other. But the Tiavea airport is like, I don't know, 45 minutes from town the other way. And the big airport, Faleolo airport, is 45 minutes that way, west of town. It just seems a little funny. But this guy, the general manager of Samoa Airports Authority, Solomona, he said that Tiavea airport, it was never supposed to be a runway that they used internationally anyway. So I guess if it's never supposed to be a runway that they were supposed to use internationally, then I guess all good. Oh, sorry. It's 956 meters long, so it's 1,000 meters, so about 3,000 feet. But the one over there is 2,100 meters, so it's more than 2 times the length of the one that they're doing in Tiavea. The one that they closed in Whangalii is even longer than the one that they have in Tiavea, so not sure. The other thing, you guys will find this kind of funny, I think. Check out that headline. The chief of police is trying to crack down on bribes because in Samoa, I guess it's pretty common for bribes to be given to police officers. Oh man, so flaky. You see how much flaky is coming off of this thing? Look at that. Yeah. You don't want that flaky in your hair. You do want that flaky on your quiche. I guess Samoan police officers often get bribed and accept bribes, but the police commissioner is saying he's cracking down on that, so good news there. The other headline is that the general manager for the EPC, which is our electric power corporation, I think. Anyway, it's where our electricity comes from. He's running for some ministry, I think MNRE, which is Minister of Natural Resources and Environment. A couple really bad things in Samoa from these taxi drivers. Not all taxi drivers are bad. There's at least one taxi driver that watches this show, and we really appreciate your love and kindness. You're a funny guy, but number one, I hate driving behind taxi drivers. Holy cow. Number two, in today's paper, 2 taxi drivers got sentenced for raping girls. One girl was 13 and one was 15. 13 years old. Got into the cab at 10 o'clock at night to go return her friend's phone to her friend. They got to the place. The guy asked her how he was going to afford to pay for her fare. She said she didn't have any money. He drove to Talmeasina. I don't think it was the resort, but to a secluded place in Talmeasina, and raped her and gave her 5 ta'ala and left her there. Thankfully, she caught a different cab, went home, told her mom what happened, and then the guy admitted that he did do that, and he got sentenced to 3 years in prison. The other guy, same same sort of situation. He picked up a 15-year-old girl, drove her to a secluded spot, raped her, left her in some other village, and then she told her parents, and again, the guy admitted it, so he got sentenced to 3 years in prison also. We have a serious sexual violence and domestic violence problem here in Samoa that needs to stop. So it really is a coconut pie. So they call it pengu pie. So, have you had this before? Really nice and sweet smelling. Yeah. So it's a little dry, but the crust is nice and flaky as you would expect from a great bakery. That cocoa, nice and black. Let's get you a shot of this cocoa because you probably don't have cocoa like this. So this cocoa is Cocoa Samoa. This cocoa is made by a lady named Florence up in Bawala. She does a good job. Right now, cocoa's kind of expensive. They have two types of cocoa. I think I've told you before, cocoa mango, cocoa maca, which is supposedly the better one. And this cocoa is, I think it's cocoa mango. I can't really tell the difference. I know what the difference is. The difference is that the cocoa maca is actually fresher because they just take the beans from the coconut fruit and then they just start roasting them. Whereas the other ones, cocoa mango, they dry them on the ground first and then they start roasting them. So I'm not sure why the extra step, but the one that is not included in the extra step is more valuable. Maybe it cooks better if it's dried out or something, I don't know. But it's more expensive all the time. So, you guys know what this is? I have no idea. I mean, it's not whipped cream. It's like icing inside of a donut. And Samoan donuts, I don't know if New Zealand donuts are the same or Australian donuts are the same, but they're so heavy. American donuts, so light, so that you can eat 100 of them. All right, what else is in the news today? Oh, I want to give a shout out to this guy, because this guy should have been our Chief Justice. His name is Clarence Vui. Right there. And I love that guy. Everything I've read about him, he's just a really stand-up guy. He has a lot of moral character, which I love and appreciate in a man. And I guess a woman too, of course. Clarence Vui, he's one of the Supreme Court justices here in Samoa. And this article is just talking about how he sternly talked to that guy who raped that 13-year-old. And basically he was trying to set an example for that guy so that other people would also take notice and stop committing crimes against children. Man. The other thing is, this is another thing in Samoa. Because of New Zealand, our repatriation flights have been canceled. So New Zealand has coronavirus. I think they have like 100 new cases or something like that. And so we had to stop our repatriation flights from New Zealand, which means that still Americans can't get over here. Samoans who live in America still can't get over here. Right now we were supposed to be, I don't like that donut. I just don't like the icing. I'm still gonna eat it though. We used to have, wow, it's so windy. Can you tell by my hair flowing so much? So we used to have flights every 2 weeks, and now we don't have another flight. We had a flight scheduled for, I think, the 28th of September, which is in, what, a month? And I think that one got canceled, and they're talking about canceling October flights too, so not good. So anyone that wants to come to Samoa, can't come to Samoa yet. We do have a flight coming from Australia, I think, one flight, but they're talking about canceling that one too. Another thing in the newspaper today, the total value of the assistance that the United States of America has provided to Samoa for coronavirus is 24 million US dollars, which translates to 63 million tala. Wonder where that's going. It'd be interesting to try and find out where that money's going, you know, because we're so riddled with coronavirus here in Samoa. You know, I'm kind of I'm a cynical guy about money. I feel like governments don't spend money on the people in ways that actually help the people, not just Samoa, but the United States, just everywhere. I feel like governments are just made like that. We're in this pandemic like 8 months now. So hopefully Samoa is doing something with that 63 million tala just from the United States, besides just putting on coronavirus restrictions. I hope that that money is going to get some PPE, personal protection equipment for people here in Samoa, both for the frontline workers of the doctors and the nurses, but also for the people of Samoa too, because there's a lot of people in Samoa that can't afford a face mask that would benefit from that face mask. So hopefully they're using that money wisely and spending it in ways that will help us if coronavirus actually ever ends up coming to our shores, unfortunately. So I do have hope that that is happening. I do hope that they're making plans to combat that if and when it does get to Samoa. All right, we're halfway done with this. Let's see what else is in the paper. Okay, so if you have land in Sava'i or in Upolu, but mostly in Sava'i, you might want to check it out on Sula'S, which is the Samoa Land Corporation, to make sure that they're not trying to sell your customary land. Sula'S says they're trying to divest 30,000 acres. 30,000 acres. There's a lot of people who are saying, hey, that's customary land. You're not supposed to be able to sell customary land. So that might be going in the courts and stuff. And that leads us into the new Land and Titles Court. They're talking about passing these laws that I talked to you guys about a few weeks ago, or yeah, about a month ago, I guess. I hope that if you can, that you've made your voice heard. Talk to your family here. Get them to stand up against these LTC laws. What's happening, eventually, if you have a Supreme Court and you have an LTC, Land and Titles Court, then what the LTC says will stand above what the Supreme Court says. And so that's the worry right now. Why have a Supreme Court if it's not the actual Supreme Court? So number one, check with your family on customary land. Make sure that that's all settled so that it's not on the books for Sula'S to divest and to sell. And then number two, make sure that your LTC decisions are known by your family so that the laws, I think there's 3 constitutional amendments they're talking about. Make sure none of those constitutional amendments pass. And for some good news about Samoa, these guys, the Apia Hash Harriers, they're taking on the relay, which is I think 104 kilometers. They're taking on this relay for mental health. Sorry, the donuts are $1. And this German bun. The German bun is actually kind of a lot like the pengu pie. It just has the pengu inside. I feel like the bun. Get away! Ah! Boy! Halu! 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 Get away! But the German bun is actually a little bit more moist than the pie crust, so that's why I like the German bun a little bit better. No. Not a little bit better. A lot better. So if you get the choice between getting a German bun and a coconut pie, then get the German bun. Sorry, back to Apia Hash. So these guys are, I think this is their, yeah, for the 5th year in a row, the Apia Hash House Harriers are tackling the annual Upolu Perimeter Relay. So they run all the way around Upolu to raise money for the Goshen Trust Mental Health Services. Founding member of the Apia Hash House Harriers, Tuatangaloa Joe Annandale, who seems like he does a lot of good for Samoa. I've only met him in passing at Paddles one time and at the Te Wila Festival in 2019. Really awesome, sweet guy, and his wife is just the sweetest lady ever. Anyway, he's from Potasi. He said he sees too many mentally impaired young men wandering the streets, and he's always happy when their families have checked them into Goshen for a little bit of help. So those guys seem like awesome guys, so I'm glad they're running that 104 kilometers around all of Upolu. All right, the last piece of news that I wanted to share with you guys today was this. Avele College fence protects schools' garden. The New Zealand High Commission gave Avele College, which is up by Vailima, up the mountain from Apia, gave them 10,000 tala so that they could build their fence to keep the animals out so that they could grow their garden and stuff. So that was really cool. Thank you to the New Zealand High Commission for doing that and providing support to Samoa's kids. Specifically, the High Commissioner to Samoa, Dr. Trevor Matheson. Appreciate it, Trevor. Hopefully you're not one of those guys who's just, my name is Doctor. Meh. Okay, pulingi time. I have low expectations because my mom's is so good, but there's the pulingi. Yeah, nope, sorry. Nope, I'm not gonna finish with that one. Back to the German bun. Okay, pulingi, don't buy it. It's 5 tala, yucky. Blah. German bun, 1 tala, buy it, yummy. All right. We'll see you for the live that we're doing on Saturday. We're going to get the whole family together. We're not sure where we're going to be to do the live, but we'll find a place. Hopefully you guys can join us. Thanks for joining today's Jamily TV Samoa News Update.